Hey guys, Astro here, and welcome to my review of Versus Impostor V4. Now today I'm joined by Joseph, who helped me write some of the script. Joseph, go ahead and introduce yourself now.
Hello, I am your boy Joseph, aka just Joseph. Call me Joseph. Hi. Glad to be here.
And anyway, if you do go on to enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, as if you like this enough, I'll start doing more reviews on the channel, because it was kind of fun for me to do. And yeah, I love writing 11-page reviews. But anyway, on to week 1. Week 1 is the introductory week to Verse Impostor. In said week, we battle against a red crewmate, who is actually an imposter, on Polis. The week has updated visuals and songs composed by Ethan the Doodler and Punkette.
Good songs, very good.
The first song's sprites remain almost identical to V3, so there's not much note to say about that. Then they look a lot more higher quality. The second song is where we get a look at a new sprite, that being Red's new left pose. And the third song has completely new sprites showing Red being actually worried and defensive, and BF's ghost sprite had a revamp to make him less opaque and more of a solid colour, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, the first week update's pretty good. 9 out of 10 for me.
Now, due to all of Verse Impostor's songs being made in the hard difficulty, the charts can be a bit tricky for some players. In my experience, I only averaged about 2 to 5 misses per song, so I can say week 1 isn't really that hard, 6 out of 10 for difficulty. The music in this week is an absolute masterpiece. The songs aren't that repetitive and contain quite a few motifs and references to other songs in them. My personal favourite is Sabotage because of the low rumbling at the start, 11 out of 10. Now, for being an Among Us mod, the cutscenes are really high quality and convey enough story to make sense while mostly staying humorous and funny. We know that after the week, Red gets fucking demolished by the crewmates. That then leads to week 2, funny out of 10 for being funny. Overall, week 1 gets a score of 10 out of 10 from me.
My thoughts overall on week 1 gets like a score of 9 out of 10.
Week 2 takes place in Mira HQ, where we face off against Green, who, unlike Red, originally tries to come off as a crewmate in the first song. When he gets caught in the second song, he attempts to kill BF by sabotaging lights at random intervals. He then sabotages the reactor, making a meltdown, causing BF, GF, and Green to fly the hell out of Mira HQ like boomerangs. The songs in the week are composed by Ethan the Doodler, Fabs, and Ravelin. At the start of the first song, Green does a little introductory dance, which in my opinion is very cute. His sprites are also updated from V3, most notably his left pose where his task list has been altered. His parasite form has also been updated, with his knife actually showing traces of blood on it, and last but not least, his revealed form has also been altered to look better, and also his eye thing has a better glow around it compared to the star design he previously had, 10 out of 10. The charting is a lot more difficult compared to week 1, and it takes significantly more skill to beat compared to some of the other weeks, 8 out of 10 for difficulty.
I like the lights down short, like the part where it's like staircase. I don't know how to explain it, but I like it. It's really fun to play.
The songs for week 2 are even better than they were in V3. The remixes go really hard in my opinion. There are also motifs to other songs in them as well. My personal favourite is Reactor, as it's a more fast-paced song, 11 out of 10.
One of the Sussus Tugus instruments sounds like fart sounds. My friend Jim kept saying that. It's pretty funny. It sounds accurate.
The story of week 2 is quite linear and could be figured out without any cutscenes. But I must say, the intro cutscene to Ejected has got to be the best intro cutscene I have ever seen, and the fact that they made it play during the song is astonishing. 10 out of 10. Overall, week 2 gets an 11 out of 10 from me.
I like the week more than the first week. Week 2 gets like a 10 out of 10 for me. Why not? It's good.
Week 3 takes place on the airship, where we encounter Yellow, who actually isn't an imposter for once, White, and Black. By the third song, Yellow is dead. He was killed by White, who is actually an imposter. After we sing with White, we have to run away from Black, who by far is the strongest of the imposters. After we survive Black's initial chase, we are cornered by him and White in the lower depths of the airship. The songs in this week are composed by Ravelin and Punkette.
I love the way Black's animated, his little legs.
In my opinion, Yellow's sprites are a bit too bouncy for my taste, especially during hold notes. With fast-paced segments, it's fine.
Yellow sprites are very silly looking. The bottom, like, baby crewmates animations are very funny looking. They falling over and stuff.
White sprites are incredibly smooth, which contrasts Black's erratic sprites. Also, the transition from Black's disguise to Impostor is incredibly smooth, 9 out of 10. The chart for week 3 is slightly harder than week 1, but a bit easier than week 2. I was averaging about 1 to 2 misses on each song, 7.5 out of 10 for difficulty. In my opinion, yellow sprites are a bit too bouncy for my taste, especially during hold notes. With fast-paced segments, they're fine. White sprites are incredibly smooth, which contrast Black's erratic sprites. Also, the transition from Black's disguise to Impostor is incredibly smooth, 9 out of 10. The chart for week 3 is slightly harder than week 1, but a bit easier than week 2. I was averaging about 1 to 2 misses on each song, 7.5 out of 10 for difficulty. Yet again, the songs are absolutely amazing. They contain a lot of motifs, especially when Black sings. My personal song is Danger, Black's song where you have to run away from Black, 10 out of 10. Again, most of the story can be inferred without the use of cutscenes save for a few events, Danger and Double Kill, 8 out of 10. Overall, week 3 gets a 9 out of 10 for me.
Week 3 is probably one of my least favorite week out of the main numbered weeks. Not bad, but just not my favorite. 6 out of 10.
Week 4 is a single song and is based most likely right after the events of Double Kill in week 3. This introduces the mechanic of limited misses. The song in this week is composed by Maroon. Personally, I love how low-key grotesque Black's new sprites are, with his down pose showing off the corpse of White. After the introductory 30 seconds, the stage switches to show the countless amounts of BFs, crewmates, and imposters Black is killed. BF's scared sprites are amazing. This is the only time where BF shows actual fear towards an enemy. A nice touch is halfway through the song, Black's sprites switch to his V3 sprites, 11 out of 10.
I love all of the art of Defeat so much. It's so badass. Also, all the corpses in the background kind of reminding of Super Meat Boy. Am I the only one getting that vibe?
The chart for Defeat has been slowed down to make it easier to beat. It is still difficult, but easier now that there's not a high scroll speed accompanying the song. Due to Defeat being the only song in Black's week, I can say that it is much better than the original because it hasn't changed that much from the original. 10 out of 10. There's not that much story to Black's week at all due to it being a one song week. Overall, I give week 4 10 out of 10. Week 5 takes place on Polus, where we face off against Maroon. Eventually, Maroon and BF get voted out, where Maroon reveals their parasite form. The songs are composed by Ethan the Doodler, Raynar, Rosebud, Saval, and Rareblin. The art in week 5 is quite good. I don't know what else to say.
Not much else to say.
Although I do like the Rising Heat effect in Boiling Point. The charting in this week is at least a 5 or a 4 out of 10 for difficulty, as it's quite easy and slow, with the exception of Boiling Point. The music in this week is quite good, but Boiling Point falls off halfway in my opinion. But overall, the music is quite good. Maroon's vocals are also extremely well done. 8 out of 10.
My favorite song was Ashes. Maroon's vocals sound so damn cool.
The cutscenes for week 5 keep the humour of the actual Among Us game by showing that even though Purple is obviously the imposter, as he's literally having a mental breakdown, the crewmates still vote BF and Maroon out.
Purple in that scene, I'm pretty sure is a reference to the Newgrounds animation jam, the Purple Impostor.
Overall, week 5 gets a 8 out of 10 from me.
Week 5 is a solid, 5 out of 10 for me.
Week 6 is the best week by far, taking place in the underground maintenance area of the airship. We meet Grey, a crewmate turned imposter. But how? This week's songs are composed by Fluffy Hairs, Saval, and Nissan. The art in this week is phenomenal. Grey's sprites are incredibly well done, and the art is extremely macabre-like and grotesque. It gets a 10 out of 10 from me.
The art in this week is super sleek, nice. I love it.
Grey's week is one of the more challenging weeks, with me getting an average of about 5 to 10 misses. 8 out of 10 for difficulty. All the songs in this week are peak, Saval, Fluffy Hairs and Nissan did phenomenal work on these songs. Delusion is by far my favourite. 11 cookies out of 10 cookies. Funnily enough, this mod has a lot of lore, the opening cutscene showing Gray's backstory. I'd also like to mention that me and a bunch of pals are making a Gray fan game, so check that out and follow the development on the Twitter, which will be linked down below. Anyway, for story and cutscenes, 12 out of 10.
I'm gonna just explain this the story. Gray lost their parent due to Black voting them out. Black then raised Gray as her own. Yes, Black is a female. Gray now murders just as Black does. Gray doesn't have an imposter look, because Gray is just a crewmate gone bad. Breaking Bad reference.
Overall, this week gets 15 out of 10 for being peak.
Best week. Enough said.
Week 7 takes place on Mira HQ once again, against Pink, an imposter who doesn't like to kill. The songs here are made by Sester, Fluffy Hairs and Ethan the Doodler. The art in this week is quite good, the background is very good and Pink's sprites are cool too, 7 out of 10.
The heart effect in the week is really cool. Oh.
The chart is quite easy in this week, with me mostly FCing songs, 4 out of 10 for difficulty. The songs in this week are quite good, but sadly they're not really my taste, so even though the music is good, personally I give it a 7 out of 10.
I really like the first two songs, they're really catchy. Heart Bass and Pink Wave were really good.
The story in this week is pretty cool because at the end of the second song, Black appears and causes Gray to go on a killing rampage. 10 out of 10 because Gray is there. Overall, I give this week an 8 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I like this week. Really good.
Identity Crisis doesn't have its own week, but you are required to beat it to unlock the final week. In Identity Crisis, we battle a Plague Doctor, who is a shape-shifting imposter. The art in this song is really good and all of Plague Imposter's sprites are cool. I also love the background. 10 out of 10.
They literally fucking rock. Personally, my favorite sprites in the whole mod.
The chart for Identity Crisis was quite easy in my opinion. I only got about 2 misses because I was busy reading chat. 5 out of 10 for difficulty. Identity Crisis is a cool song because Plague Imposter switches the characters so the chromatics change as well. The entire song gives off the feel of the journey is almost at its end. 10 out of 10. There isn't really that much story apparent in Identity Crisis aside from you rep battling an imposter that can shapeshift. Overall, 10 out of 10.
Alone, literally my top 5 best songs in the mod.
Finale is the final main song of Verse Impostor. It starts by restarting your game and cutting the sound off, and the story mode is highlighted in red. And the menu slowly gets more distorted as you get closer to the week that you need to select. The art style in Finale is cool. Black looks like a final boss, and the health bar is pretty cool, I guess.
Black sprites are so badass, man. I love them. I can't stop talking about black sprites.
The chart utilizes a lot of row and hold notes, making the chart harder at times. 8 out of 10 for difficulty. The music in this is awesome. It truly feels like a boss battle. I also like how the devs snuck 2 references to popular FNF boss theme songs into it. Those being Doomsday and Final Escape. 11 out of 10.
So good.
There isn't that much of a story aside from Black getting annoyed with you and turning into his parasite form to finally get rid of BF once and for all. Overall, 11 out of 10. What a way to end the main story.
100 bagels. That's what I give that week.
In conclusion, I give Verse Impostor V4 a 15 out of 10. This truly is the mod ever, and will be remembered for all eternity. With amazing visuals, a banger soundtrack and an interesting story, you definitely need to pick this up. It was also the only mod to go through a whole year with less than 3 incidents surrounding it. To Cloudflare and the team, who truly have made the best FNF mod the community has ever seen and probably will see.
Good mod. Go get it now or I'm gonna steal your jelly. Yeah, you heard me.
But with that said, I'll see you all in the next video. Astronomical, out.